Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Super Game Brothers podcast, a weekly podcast all about video games, the video games that we enjoy, the ones we've been playing, and we film it every single week, talk about different segments, what we've been playing, top 10 lists, reviews. It's a good time. My name is David, and I'm joined every week by my brother Devin. Devin, how are you on this wonderful Thursday? It's been quite a while since you've been here next to a microphone with me.
It has. This feels very foreign to me.
It does. It's been weird. So I guess maybe that would be a good jumping on point maybe. But for the those that don't know, we've been doing this podcast for 63 weeks in a row, but we did just take a bit of a break, and that's my fault. We have a fourth baby coming, and I needed to move the entire studio and my day job office, which we're in the same room, from our second story down into the basement. And it turned out we didn't have any outlets down here.
Oh boy, you're running on extension cord?
No, I did some YouTubing and figured out how to splice some electrical wire. So I'm connected to the line of light bulbs here, and I put my own outlet in over there on the ceiling, which took a little time because I didn't want to accidentally electrocute myself,
Yeah, I don't want to feel that either.
Got that finally, the outlet up, and then it took weeks for me to move 500 board games down. I think it's 14 stairs, but we have 2 staircases, so 28 stairs, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you can only take 5 at a time, so 100 trips-ish. And then we also had to take my work monitors, my computer and desk and chair and glass pad. I had to clean the basement first because, it's just an unfinished basement. I also didn't want to get dust everywhere, so I put this canvas drop on the ceiling and behind us to hopefully keep dust from falling on us.
Whoa.
And then we had to move, the board game shelf, which I had to completely take all the games off of and then completely take apart because it wouldn't fit down the stairs.
How are the squares connected?
So the horizontal beams are like a long beam. The vertical ones are like the short ones. They're connected with little dowels, and then at the ends there are screws. So they're kind of all connected with dowels throughout and then screwed together at the top and bottom. Anyways, and then we've got a TV in front of us. We got a couple lights, a couple computers running this shenanigan. So it's my fault. It took quite a while to move everything and get it all set up. And then kind of in the midst of that, we had been talking about restructuring the podcast anyways. And so we decided to do that too. So 2 big changes at the same time. And I don't know that we're perfectly at the finish line of what our podcasts now are going to be, but we decided to split up the podcasts. So the Super Game Brothers podcast is going to continue to be our video game conversations, and the Gaming Top-Down podcast is going to be our board game conversations. I do think there's quite a bit of crossover between those audiences, but I think it will just be helpful to us to have 2 episodes that go out each week, and also cut back on recording a bit and prep time. And also, the other big change, I didn't want to necessarily be a news podcast, and it just kind of turned into that. And news it's fun for a second, and then it's over, and no one cares, right? So more kind of evergreen stuff is kind of our goal and focus. So anyways, that was a lot of me talking, but we're here in an unfinished basement. Devin got the shelf set up behind us, so I don't know that anyone else will really be able to tell. But when we go down to the table camera, you'll definitely see we have a bigger table. So it's a bit nicer and more spacious down here, and a bit cooler as well. Not as hot. In the winter, we might be freezing, but we'll see.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll vibe it out.
Streaming, what are those things? The warm sweaters?
Hoodie?
the Eskimo would wear?
Oh, parka?
Parka?
No, is that what they're called? I don't know. That sounds about right, but yeah, cool. Well, I'm glad you're here, Devin. How have your 6 weeks been? It's been weird to not have you at my house every week either. We've
Yeah.
just all missed
I didn't know
Devin.
you guys were here anymore.
Yeah, we moved.
I like this room a lot better.
It's cool, huh? It's fun.
The air's clean down here. The room is much bigger. There's a home gym in front of us.
There is.
Which, so if we're feeling like we need a nasty pump during the podcast,
Yeah.
we can do that.
I should have just had that be your chair. It was
Yeah.
just the entire
Yeah.
the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Just be
It'd be nice for me.
benching.
I've been very good. Pretty disciplined. Sleeping weird hours, going to bed early, waking up early to stream a lot. Just went up and saw our grandparents. Been going to a lot of movies by myself. Had some gift cards. I saw Superman, Mission Impossible,
Mm.
Jurassic World.
You've seen a lot.
Yes, I've watched a lot of movies at home as well, like Ballerina in the John Wick universe. And,
Okay. Let's jump right into Super Movie Brothers then. I think I want to hear a little bit about all those.
Jurassic World, kind of goated. Well, my glasses are
Was
so
it? I
crooked.
feel like it got a lot of heat.
Everything gets heat.
Everything does. You're right.
Mhm.
But I really like the actors, like Jonathan Bailey and Scarlett Johansson, and
Yeah, the guy named Duncan in that show, what a legend.
was that what's his name? Mahershala Ali. Is that his name from Green Book?
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah,
Wow.
just watched Green
Holy.
Book. Really like that
Oh
movie.
wow. Yeah, I like that movie. Main
Okay.
dinosaur kind of not really giving main character energy like he should.
Isn't the shtick of that one that they're really weird mutations?
That was weird. Yeah. It was weird.
It was weird. Okay.
But Scarlett does good. The actors do good.
Okay.
It's exciting. How can you not enjoy a movie with Jurassic Park music?
It's true. John Williams,
Like,
man.
Like let's go.
He's
Yes.
bonkers. Yeah.
I rewatched every single Jurassic Park movie except for number 3. I haven't rewatched 3 yet, but I watched 1, 2. I watched Jurassic World, which is the best Jurassic World, I think.
The first one.
There's Christmas music in it. The Jurassic World actually exists as a park. You know,
Yeah.
Chris
Mhm.
Pratt, he's
I agree.
all sentimental with those raptors.
Yeah. Blue.
Yeah. So watched all those. Watched Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Oh, you did see it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go with me?
No, I went with my wife.
Oh, I
couple
also
months
went
ago.
with your wife.
Nice.
Anyways, it's
It's pretty good. It's not my
It's
favorite
fun.
Mission Impossible 7. Even both parts was not my favorite Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
But I did think this part 2 was better than part 1.
yeah, it's a good time. I won't spoil anything there. I had fun. I typically eat an entire large popcorn. I layer the butter throughout the entire bucket and smash that the whole time I'm in there. And I
Do you,
enjoy it the whole time.
Do you ever get the refill like halfway through?
No, but we did the other day because Dad was like, "Yo, these are extra larges. You can refill this
Mhm.
after." So we,
Yep.
there was nothing better than having popcorn
Oh,
from
yeah.
the movie theater at home for like 3 days.
Mm-hmm. That's
You
what
just
we
walk
do.
by the kitchen, just everybody's in there.
Yeah, we only buy the extra larges because we want that refill.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we have that pass, so we get 20% off concessions, which I think Mom and Dad do as well, maybe.
Mm.
But
We went with Dad's boss to a movie, and he buys a bag of popcorn. It's bigger than the XL by like a lot, but it's only like $2 more. Like that's
I didn't know that was a
bag,
thing.
bro.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're just eating out of the bag, and then you seal the bag. It's got a seal top.
That's cool.
What other movie did I go to? Oh, wait.
You said Jurassic World, which you already talked about. And then oh, you said a couple more.
Mission Impossible.
Uh-huh.
I saw F1.
Oh, how was that?
I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was touching. It was cool. They had some cameos. They replicated the sport very well, in my opinion. A lot of fun. Yes.
Same, or is it writer and director as Top Gun Maverick? I think.
Maybe. I
And
don't really. I don't know.
which was such a great movie and like an improvement from the first Top Gun, in my opinion.
Mm.
So, yeah, I want to see that one as well. I feel like there was one more that you mentioned.
There was. Yeah. What was it?
Um,
Well, Well, while we think of that, I also last week went and saw Superman.
Ah, I haven't seen that yet either. I'm so behind.
A lot of fun.
How would you compare it to other Superman movies? I I don't think Superman's had amazing movies, but I do really like Man of Steel. I think Henry
Yeah.
Cavill carries that movie, but
I don't feel like I've seen too many Superman movies, but I enjoyed the film. There's unique characters in that, like a variation of like I don't want to spoil anything, but like a Green Lantern type thing. Uh,
right, I think it's Nathan Fillion
and Mr. Amazing, Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Something. That
from the
guy's
Fantastic Four.
no Mr. Maybe Mr. It's not Mr. Incredible either. It's Mr. Awesome, Mr. Amazing, Mr. Something. He's very smart.
Okay,
Um, yeah, unique characters in that. Lex Luthor. I don't want to spoil anything, but I had fun with the movie. It's a little more lighthearted than some, in my opinion, yet serious.
yeah.
It was fun.
What'd you think of him having the dog in there? Was the dog fun?
Oh, so you knew about the dog.
Yeah, the dog was in a lot of the trailers.
The dog was the dog was cool, kind of annoying, honestly.
Oh, really? So like a comic relief character, kind of.
Just I mean, if you have a super dog, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't know how to play soft,
Mm.
so you can't play with that dog.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Unless you're Superman.
Correct, and he still gets owned. Um,
That's funny. Yeah, I want to see it.
oh,
I like Guardians of the Galaxy a lot, so I'm hoping that vibe comes through. But I don't know very much about Superman's like comics in his world, other than Kryptonite and Lex Luthor.
yeah, I don't know too much about that either. There was one more movie we went and saw in theaters. Uh, Jurassic World,
Let me see. I'll pull
F1.
up my Cinemark app and see if we can figure it out.
Um, I mean, I am full blown brain dead right now.
I feel like
Mission Impossible.
I can only think of horror movies that I want to see.
I did see Bring Her Back.
Okay, how was that?
I thought that it was fun, unique, not really terrifying, but like creepy and hasn't been done too many times in this exact way.
Okay.
Enjoyed that. Watched Ballerina. I watched Woman in the Yard.
How were both of those?
Ballerina's fun. Haven't quite finished it actually. Need to resume that. Woman in the Yard is not good. No, not.
Dumb?
I don't recommend that movie.
Really? Just
Uh-uh.
okay.
I watched some shows on Peacock, Paramount, Hulu, Prime.
That's a lot.
I do be watching.
Let's see. I'm seeing I Know What You Did Last Summer, Superman, Jurassic World Rebirth, F1. I think that's all. That's the Smurfs. My Neighbor Totoro.
Nope, didn't watch
Bad
that.
Guys 2. The one I want to see that looks very scary to me is Weapons.
Yes, looks awesome. I don't know when it comes out, but
Yeah, I don't think it's. Have you seen How to Train Your Dragon?
I have not. But I will be watching that soon also.
Yeah, I think maybe we did with you bringing up Ballerina. I think we got through all of them that you had mentioned. Maybe.
Kind of feel like we did as well.
Yeah. I've watched a few things as well. Not nearly as many, and not in fun movie theaters. But I've been watching. Well, I started two shows and finished one. I finished Arcane because we
Oh
bought
wow, you did it.
we bought or signed up for Netflix again, and I just hadn't watched the last two episodes. Watching them after like a 4 month break was a little rough because I was
Yeah, you're
missing
not
some
in it.
context. Still, just I think one of the most beautifully like animated like TV shows I've ever seen. I do think the story like loses itself a bit in like what's going on, but maybe that was because I wasn't fresh on it and had forgotten some details. But very good. Um, and then again, all three of these just on Netflix because we resubscribed. I'm watching Full Swing, which is a golf documentary where Netflix follows different golfers for like their entire season. And man, it's excellent. If you care about golf as a sport at all, like so good. I've been very surprised. It talks about different each episode kind of follows a different golfer. It talks about like their story and like what they're doing at this season and that kind of thing. And just excellent. Some of them are like underdogs that finally like get a big win on the tour, or one that was about on Brooks Koepka, who won like a bunch of majors like really early in his career and is now like kind of struggling a bit to recapture that glory. And then there's one on Rory McIlroy. I'm only through the first season, but so good. There's an episode on Tony Finau, who lives here in Utah, like we do. Just great, excellent. If you like golf at all, it's just amazing. And then the last show we've been watching is a comedy that has been recommended to me quite a few times, but I've never started it. And it's amazing. It reminds me of my favorite sitcom, Seinfeld, in a lot of ways, because the show just puts its characters in like the most ridiculous circumstances that just continue to like loop back on themselves. And it's called Arrested Development. And Jason Bateman, is that his name?
Yes.
Is the main character. And it's about his dad had a business and they found out he was doing a lot of illegal things, so he's in prison. He's played by the guy who is like the mayor of Whoville in The Grinch.
Weird.
And he's funny. They like visit him in jail all the time. Again, it's a comedy. And then since the company's like in trouble and he's in jail, the family's like trying to figure out like how they're going to survive. And so he takes over the company, but his mom's crazy and his siblings are all crazy. One of them is Will Arnett. I think, is that his name? He's from Hot Rod. Babe, wait, babe.
Yeah.
And he's like Lego Batman and whatever.
He's in a podcast with Jason Bateman, isn't he?
He might be. The show started a long time ago. I didn't realize it's like 20 years old.
Oh.
It's so excellent, especially if you like that kind of humor of just like ridiculous situations. And it's amazing. I can't recommend it enough. If you like shows like The Office and Seinfeld, and that kind of humor, I think it's amazing. Like I would put it above The Office so far, but not quite to Seinfeld level. So we'll see. Really like it. That's probably the extent of my list. I don't know that I've. I guess other than we did finish or are fully caught up on The Chosen, which is the show about the life of Jesus, which is really excellent. I think the 5th season just went up on Prime, and so we watched that kind of when it went up a few weeks ago. Still the best representation of that I've ever seen. Amazing. But that's probably it for me.
I'm sure there's more for me, but I don't know.
Yeah. You need to like start keeping a movie journal.
I do journal.
Diary.
I do be journaling sometimes with random notes. I don't
Really?
sit there and go, October 1st, this was my favorite day because of this. No, it's more like saw chicken.
That is
weird
random.
Chicken. Watch this movie. You know, like just the most random things. Like I saw this weird in Reanimal or Little Nightmares 3, there's this like possessed sheep thing.
Right.
And so I wrote in my journal, possessed sheep equals spirit animal of mine, because I feel like it just represents me.
So it's just like a little quick thoughts book.
Yeah, because if I forget everything very quickly, so if it's not in there, it doesn't happen, or I will never think of it again. And I might have a goated thought.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
So been doing that kind of.
Okay. Look at you. Turned a new leaf. A new journaling
Turned
leaf.
a new page in my journal.
Yeah. Right up. Right on. I don't know what I was saying.
Right up, man.
Cool. I think last thing, since I don't know that I have any other updates, I think the big update was just the studio. And that has been quite a few weeks, but we're excited to have the podcast rolling again. Just a reminder here to join the giveaway if you haven't yet. We'll go over to the screen real quick. We're giving away a bundle of board games. If I can get over to the page so that I can scroll, or a gift card if you'd rather spend it on video games, or maybe you already have some of those games, but Anyways, make sure to join that. That's just at supergamebrothers.com. And then please check out our Patreon as well. That's how we keep the lights on, and you can submit inquiries to the show. You can vote on the games that we cover and play, which is kind of a fun interaction point we have. You can get all of these episodes and discussions early and lots of other stuff. So check that out as well. That's patreon.com/supergamebrothers. Okay, Devin, let's jump into the show. This is a weekly podcast all about the video games that we have been playing and are enjoying. Sometimes we do review discussions or top 10 lists or quiz each other about games. This week, we're talking about what we have been playing lately since it's been a few weeks as we were altering all of the podcast structure. It usually won't be this much of a gap. So quite a few games that we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to hop over to the screen and see if I can pull up your first game here, Devin. But it looks like you've been, whoops, pushing the wrong buttons. You've been playing 2 different games in a series that I know you really enjoy.
Ho. What are you playing?
What are you playing? Yeah, that is the segment here. What are you playing? Based on the Resident Evil guy. Isn't that what he says? What are you buying?
What are you buying? What's his name? The Count?
Merchant?
The Duke? The Merchant Duke?
But it's not Duke. It's the one from Resident Evil 4. The guy that has like the
yeah, that guy. Yeah.
The bag. Send to your device. That one, send. Talking on a black screen. Here we go.
The games he's referring to are Borderlands 2 and 3. I played these with a friend of mine. And the reason we did so is because number 4 comes out not soon enough, but pretty soon. I think it's early, maybe September, mid-September.
I think it might be early August if
If it's early August, I'm gonna lose it.
I'll look it up while you're talking.
Okay. First one you're seeing here on the screen is Borderlands 2. We streamed this game and found out that a lot of people love the story of Borderlands 2, which was sad to me because we did not do a ton of side missions. Due to the jankiness of the game and the lack of strafing ability and it just not feeling as good as number 3, we
hard to go backwards.
We kind of blasted through this. The guns don't have as much variety. As far as gameplay, number 3 destroys this. But Handsome Jack and the cool story was fun. Yeah, it was unique, but definitely a little bit of an older game. I love a game with skill trees and the option to respec a build and see what you can make of a character in combining perks and gun attributes and your character's built-in abilities, shields, and those types of things with grenade mods and all of those things. So I really enjoy this. We spent a lot of time just spinning the slot machines. You know, collect some money and then just spin the slot machines.
Oh, so there's like slot machines that'll spit out a random weapon or something?
Yeah, you have a chance of getting stuff, and the chance is not very high. We sat there for 30 minutes one time, I think, just spinning slots and never got anything and just wasted all of our money. But it makes the game enjoyable. That's the fun of these games. Everything's random. And number 2, the loot pool is very, I'm going to call it difficult. It's easy to understand, but to get really, really good things is much more rare.
The like drop percentages are lower.
It almost seems like in number 3, every main boss that you take out drops a legendary weapon. So
interesting.
They don't feel as special in 3. It felt very special to get a legendary in 2. It was like, whoa, bro, I got an orange weapon. Let me throw it to you so you can try it. Whether it was good or not, it was exciting.
Yeah.
Awesome game. I will always love this weird comic, strange aesthetic that they use in these video games.
Like cell shading art, kind of.
Exactly. Yes.
Very pretty.
Not too much else to say about it. We blasted through it. I can't even remember what character I used, to be honest. I used Zero, the guy with the sword, and he's a robot.
Yeah. Is there a first Borderlands? There must have been.
Yeah, I
I
was
don't feel
talking to a
like
friend about it, and he's like, I don't think it's worth playing.
that happens in a lot of series. Even like one of my favorite series, Uncharted. The I like the first one because it's the only one that really has like a supernatural element where there are like alien creatures. Um, but then yeah, like 2, 3, and 4 are just infinitely better. So it happens, I think.
It does. I mean, you can tell with this gameplay, it's a little bit old. That guy just teleported through a fence, and I don't know
Love
what
that.
he's doing.
Yeah, cool. All right, then next up, you played the one you like a bit better, I guess.
Yeah, I can see why people don't love the story. A little bit cringy, but I mean, look how much prettier this game already is. Very, very beautiful. Um,
Yeah, it is pretty.
and the motion of this game. If you play with the dead zone and tinker with a few settings before going in, this game feels absolutely fantastic. So, so good.
Hmm.
The movement feels natural, even though you wouldn't expect a game that looks like this to feel like this. It's like when you're playing Hades, you're like, whoa, I have full control of this character, and it's insanity the whole time.
Yeah.
That's what this game is. It's very smooth, feels very, very good. The jumping, the sliding, everything makes sense. And all of those things can be increased. I played a character called Zane. He is all about clones, shields,
Hmm.
drones. You can only use 2 of those at a time, though, so you kind of pick and choose what you want to try. Very high customization in this game, almost to a point of being overwhelming,
Yeah.
because you have certain perks and there's anointed weapons, and the weapons that are anointed scale with specific characters. And so if you find a weapon that scales with Zane, am I using the perks that scale with that weapon? And did I make the build correctly, or do I need to go back through the skill trees and figure out exactly what needs to happen for me to be super fast and reload very quickly, that type of thing. But I love that. I'll spend an hour in a notebook and figure out what 5% I can increase to make the character just broken.
Yeah.
I just love doing that. I don't know
Hmm.
why. So I think I've played through this game at least 3 times through the campaign. I've played multiple DLCs. Um, I think there are some that I haven't played, but
Hmm.
they have really fun gun manufacturers in this, like Hyperion and Dahl and Malawan
Yeah.
and Jacobs and
Don't you? I really remember this part. I've played probably 10 hours of this game, and the
yes.
boss in this area is probably my favorite boss.
Oh, it has to be.
It's so good.
Yes.
Um, and I feel like I remember a later area where you get in vehicles, and are you zipping around a map in vehicles for
Yeah,
portions of
there's
it?
vehicles in 2 as well, but it was much more scarce and there wasn't much customization for vehicles. In 3, there's like Halo Warthog looking vehicles and the one wheel that you sit inside, and you
Okay.
can, if you search hard enough, you can find extra perks and boosters for your cars and different looks and paint jobs, and the customization in 3 is insane. Like you can have 30 different head masks on to make your character looking like incredible. And the game's just great. So they're playing the siren in this video, and she's all about like what would you call it? Using the force basically
Hmm.
in a way. And
What do they call it? Kinesis or
yeah, kinesis.
something like that?
So she's the kinesis character, and you can make her absolutely broken. But
Ah,
I think Borderlands is beautiful in its own way. A little bit overwhelming at times if you're getting too many things. It's like, oh man, I'm just gonna take a breather and not swap items until I level up again, and then I'll look at what I've picked up off the ground.
yeah. Um, couple questions for you. What, which franchise do you prefer? Borderlands or Remnant? I feel like it's slightly different kind of vibe. Remnant's going for more, I think, difficulty. I think as far as
Oh, for
like
sure,
dodging and
yes.
bosses and stuff.
But in Borderlands 3, they introduce mayhem levels after you complete the campaign, and my oh my,
Are they tough?
I think you can ramp it up from 1 to 11,
Oh wow.
and whoa, everything has like 50,000% health or something. Even your character, and everything hits super hard. The drop rates are insane. So Borderlands can be extremely difficult, but a basic playthrough isn't near as hard as Remnant, in my opinion.
Okay.
Remnant is so cool. There's a simplicity to Remnant that I like. They give you a massive assortment of rings, and
So,
then you figure out what rings you like best, and you wear 4 of them.
so you think Remnant's builds are simpler because of that than Borderlands?
In a way, yeah, Borderlands is like, here's 50 to 60 points. Now put those points in 60 different places.
Oh, so you have like a skill tree.
You can stack the same skill multiple times, but still it's a little more complex.
Hmm.
Remnants Remnant is also complex though, because you have a bunch of different archetypes of characters, and in Remnant 2, you combine 2 of those, so you have to
Yeah.
choose between 2, and then you're choosing your rings, and then which abilities of those characters do you like to use? Do you want a turret that shoots bullets, or pulses energy, or fire? And then your other archetype you have to pick, do I want healing, or to turn my skin to stone, or whatever it is. So they're both complex. I don't know how to really pick. They're both so amazing. What I like about Remnant is there's kind of randomly generated areas,
Yeah.
and this is always the same,
Right.
as far as I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Both great games. Yeah, any other questions for me?
Yeah. I guess how pumped are you for Borderlands 4 now that you've played 2 and
Oh,
3 back to back?
extremely. I've watched about 5-10 minutes of early access gameplay of 4, and they've added some new mechanics, which I won't spoil. And it looks, you go from 2 to 3 and you're like, dang, that's an increase in graphics. And then you go from 3 and you see what 4 is going to look like, and you're like, holy,
Yeah.
okay. And it's going to look good.
Yeah, it should. I mean, Borderlands 3 was made for the PlayStation 4. It has a prettier version now, right? But so yeah, I would imagine it will look quite a bit better.
Yeah, I'm 9.5 out of 10 excited for Borderlands 4. I will 100% that game.
So yeah, I hope it well, like the performance is really good. I think the like one of the main knocks people had on Borderlands 3 when it launched on the PlayStation 4 was that your menu, which is really cool and opens up like an overlay over the real world.
Yeah.
Whenever you opened that, like the frame rate like tanked because it was trying to do the
Ah,
menu and the world, which I don't think is the case in the PlayStation
trying to
5
do all the
version.
math of your perks before you change them.
Right, and then there's enemies running around too and stuff. Yeah. So exciting. Cool, Devin.
I've got some other games on this list, don't I?
Yeah, you've got 2 more. I don't think you'll probably talk about this one very long. I think we briefly touched about it in the an episode
Yes.
6 weeks ago, but
The next game, yeah, we did talk about it a few episodes back, but just to briefly tap into it, Alan Wake 2. It's the newest Alan Wake. What a beautiful game. If nothing else, it's gorgeous. Very nice to look at. How many ways can I say that it's pretty? Um, there, it's just a really well set up game, but there are some mechanics in this game that drive me crazy. Like when you're, once again, I don't want to spoil. A lot of people have played it already, but when you're Alan Wake, you do some things with lights, and I got confused. I was like, I feel like I'm definitely missing stuff, but I don't know. Also, a lot of times in this game, I got to areas and I had no idea where to go next.
mm,
No clue. So I had to go back to the drawing board and like look at gun upgrades and look, did I profile this person to get one clue that I must have missed from somewhere to move forward? Let me go to the wall and put up all these photographs I picked up, try to figure out where those go, and hopefully the character has some dialogue that says, let's go to the forest,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they made it that way so you thoroughly play it and you get immersed in it. I mean, Alan Wake 1 was the same idea. It almost felt like a psychological thriller film in this
Yeah.
weird way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or almost just psychological, not even so much thriller, just a very strange
Yes.
world. I actually haven't finished this yet. I've finished one of the characters'
I think you did one of the
storylines.
DLC packs as well, maybe.
Yeah, I still have some DLC in there. So I'm probably like 80% through the game. But I think it's beautiful. Really, really well made game. If you want to immerse yourself for a lot of hours, you could definitely do it in this game. I think the aiming is good. It feels a lot like Resident Evil
Mm.
as far as like the way your character aims, but I would say it's easier to aim than Resident Evil. There's not so much. The zombies they're not dancing as they walk towards you, so
Yeah.
you can actually hit their head sometimes, which is nice.
Yeah, I'll have a little bit more to say about this game in a minute when we get to my stuff, but In fact, maybe let's just do that now. This will
Yeah.
be maybe a cleaner break, but I really want to play this game. I think that the vibe it has is like just scary enough for David, but not too scary because I'm kind of a wimp. But I wanted to play the first game because I've never played the first Alan Wake, and so I have been playing the remaster of Alan Wake 1 because I wanted to basically get ready for this one. And I don't know, I don't hate it. Like I like the vibe it's going for. It just feels old.
Hmm.
Like it feels like a game from the PlayStation 3, which it was, that has a million collectibles. I was like, oh, maybe I'll platinum this game. And then I looked in the menu and it's like, you have to get all of the thermoses. And there's like 150 thermoses hidden.
Oof.
And they're in the weirdest spots. And they don't even like give you any story when you find a thermos. It's just a random collectible. And so I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do that. Um, and I don't know. The story's kind of interesting about him being a writer that's struggling to write, and he goes to this place and trying to figure out what's going on with the town, while at the same time trying to figure out why, like if he'll be able to continue writing or whatever. I'm probably like 5 or 6 hours in. I think I beat the first two bosses, um, and I think I get the hook. It's like flashlight to kind of make the enemy become weak, and then you shoot them with the gun, and then they go away.
Hmm.
But I feel like man, I'm doing that a lot,
Oh man.
so much.
So yeah, a lot of repetition
Um,
in that
and
single mechanic.
and I wonder if the second game, which got like universal praise last year, is going to be able to mix that up too, because it doesn't feel like it's had really much mix up. I did just get flares, but that's just another version of light, kind of. They're kind of nice because you can be surrounded by like 6 enemies and throw down a flare, and it will take them all out. But I don't know. It feels a little slow and plodding, and like, okay, I'm flashlighting another three dudes, and I get tired of it, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just run past these guys, but then I'm just getting a hit in the back with like all the axes they're
Hmm.
hucking at me because for some reason I can't outrun them. Um, so it wants you to play it by taking them all out, but it's just like there's a lot of them. There's a lot of those combat sections in the forest.
Yeah, a lot of times in games, there's many collectibles, like in Dark Souls games, that you have, and you have the entire campaign because you choose not to like use them or figure out what they do. I do that. So in Alan Wake 2, for example, I've probably picked up 66 flares.
Mm-hmm.
And not until one point in the game did I realize, oh, that'll get rid of the shadow figure of multiple enemies at once, which makes the gunplay much faster.
Yeah.
So I think it was kind of my own fault that I was experiencing repetition in Alan Wake 2 as well.
Mm.
But
Interesting.
they do give you things to make areas go by quicker
Okay.
and more strategic.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I'm gonna play much more of Alan Wake 1. I'm just probably gonna watch like a 10-minute recap video of the story and jump right into 2. I think I'll have a better time, and I don't have a lot of time anyways. Time being the thing I'm constrained on. So I think that would be smarter for me. Um, Again, I like collectibles in games. Like in Uncharted, there were always these cool treasures, and every one was unique, and you could like zoom in on it in the menu, and like it might be like a coin with weird writing on it. Or in The Last of Us Part 2, it was the state quarters, I think.
Mm,
And I think actually Ellie had a different collectible than Abby had, because I think Abby was doing the state quarters and Ellie was doing the comic book cards or
that's right. Yeah,
something
I
like that.
think so.
Um, but you'll at least get a look at them in the menu. This one is just tied to a trophy, and there's nothing. It's just a number tick up. And like, okay, I've got to find 130 of these dumb thermoses that are just kind of randomly everywhere. So I don't know. I think I maybe just missed the time or the boat in the time when Alan Wake was most uh like in the zeitgeist. I remember when it came out, I was actually living in Denmark at the time, I believe. And I remember hearing some people then talk about it, but I didn't have my PlayStation there with me. And so again, I just kind of missed the whole time it was there. And I don't think it was actually on PlayStation. I think it was exclusive to Xbox for a while. So anyways, I've been playing Alan Wake. Probably just going to jump to 2 for me. I think it'll help me to have a better time with that. All right, Devin, let's get to your last game, and then I have two more in our just kind of review of what are we playing.
What are we playing? My last game just barely got released on console. I think all consoles.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think you're right.
Some consoles.
Yeah.
It was on PS5. I know that. And that is, wow, their game looks great. Ready or Not. And I don't really know if there was much story going into this. I think
You're
we
basically a SWAT team of
yeah,
some
pretty
kind.
much. Yeah, it's like pick your loadout, and then you can kind of read the mission. You'll have this log on an iPad, and it's like, this is who you don't want to take out. This is who you need to just capture.
And are they different scenarios? Like, hey, they're holding a hostage or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. Some of them are doing really naughty things. Um, but yeah, fun game. I would highly recommend playing this with friends. I think you can have up to 4 or 5 people in your team, which would be crazy.
Big squad, yeah.
Imagine entering from 5 different doors all at once,
Yeah.
Absolute Chad move. But we have 2 of us, and we've found sticking together seems to be the way to do it with a duo.
Yeah.
But you'll have flashbangs, and some people try to get S tier runs, kind of like Resident Evil and Time Trials, and a lot of games do S tier type runs. But it's like you'll go in there with non-lethal beanbags. You'll shoot them with beanbags and smokes and flash grenades, and you will intimidate them enough to drop on their knees and give up. And then you can get an S tier. I think if you use actual bullets, you can get up to an A plus, as far as I understand. There's like 20, maybe 30 missions now with the extras they added after dropping on console. I don't know, something like that. But they've also added difficulty levels. We've been playing, of course, on the hardest one to torture ourselves, and it has been absolutely brutal.
Kind of reminds me of like Rainbow Six Siege in like the way you move around. I also like how many enemies are in these like arenas, these levels, because I feel like a lot of the time I looked up and on your Twitch stream and it was like, oh, he's sneaking around again, but I haven't seen an enemy for a couple minutes. Maybe I looked at the wrong times, but
so far we've done like 6 to 8 missions, and probably there's usually like 4 to 8 enemies, 4 or so civilians that you don't want to take out. You need to notice the difference when you see someone. If whether they're like vested up and carrying a weapon, you're like, okay, I can either take you out or intimidate you. And then the civilians, you don't want to just pull the trigger on because you lose.
Are they always in the same spot, or do they have like smart AI for the enemies where they're moving
it's
around?
AI as far as I understand. I mean, these characters, something I have noticed about this game is the randomness of where the characters are is very hard to know. Like you would think, I'm going to open this door and there's going to be some in there, and you'll open the door and there's no one in there, and you're like, that was weird. And then they have just like been randomly walking around in the weirdest places, and they just like show up behind you and just take you out in one shot.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
So you kind of need to move.
You was basically
in doubles, so someone's watching your back,
checking the 360 the whole time, or shutting doors behind you. I've noticed has been working occasionally, but very, very hard on the hardest difficulty. It is brutal. You will get one tapped. If you don't play perfectly. You can lean, kind of like Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Leaning slows you down, so does crouching. Crouching makes you quieter, though. You can put a flashlight on your weapons. Obviously, they don't have flashlights here.
Yeah, it's very dark.
You have night vision, which they should be using here, and different colors of night vision. And you can see like a laser on your weapon if you're using night vision. Kind of, it's a cool game. Honestly, a lot of fun. I have never played a game like this. I'm so used to like Borderlands and Dark Souls and running in there and acting like a psychopath and rolling as much as I need to and swiping until they're gone. This is like, don't open that door too fast because there's tripwire. And then when you peek in there, make sure you're leaning left and you put your crosshair right around the corner the whole time. And if you see someone, you need to decide if it's a civilian or not. Or you flashbang into every room, and it can be really difficult. I'm sure there's difficulties that aren't as hard, and maybe some would enjoy that more, but I kind of like the challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing a very dark mission here.
Yeah, they really are. This which is probably good for not having too much violence on the screen, but Yeah, this game had a lot of buzz, I think, when it first came out on Steam. So I imagine, and I even saw on PlayStation Network, like this was listed like top on like what's hot right now. So I'm guessing
Mm.
it's pretty hot,
Oh, it was
being
pretty
played a
hot.
lot. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's I think it would be fun with like a full group of like, okay, I'm going left in this room, and I'm looking like you're probably have to communicate like crazy.
Yeah, one of the coolest mechanics in this game is you can pop up your teammate's point of view on the top
Ah, I did
right.
see that. Yeah.
And so I can occasionally peek up at that and go, okay, I think I know where he is. And there's an enemy in front of him. Okay, I know where he is. Maybe I can flank her.
And so you can see like, okay, I know he's around this corner. I'm about to go around, so I don't want to fire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you can get a lot of hints from that, which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a
But it's solid. Yeah.
cool
Not my
mechanism.
favorite game I've ever played, but honestly, I could do all the missions for fun. Just see if we can get a decent grade at them.
Yeah. Okay. Ready or not, Devin? Those especially Borderlands 2 and 3. Those are big, long games you've been playing. You've been grinding a lot.
Oh, we've been grinding.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I've got two games I'm going to talk about pretty quick. I've been playing this next one with my kids, but it's been a lot of fun. This game is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate. I accidentally pulled up a Switch gameplay video, so it's not going to look probably quite as good as it does on my PlayStation. But um, man, this game is super fun. As you can probably tell from the gameplay and the camera angle, it's basically Hades, but with Ninja Turtles, and you can actually play in co-op. I think up to 4 people. And so it must scale like damage and health for enemies based on how many people are playing, and similar vibe with like you almost always you always have like a boss of the first area is the same boss, but like again similar to Hades, he'll start talking about like why are you here again, and like the fight changes a little bit the more times you do it, and so it's not so repetitive because it's always kind of changing slightly, and then there's branching paths that you can take between different areas, just kind of like again like Hades. It's basically let's try to be as good as Hades, and we're not as good as Hades, but we're pretty good, and we add co-op, which I think does make it fun. Um, and I think you can play as all 4 turtles, and you can play as Casey Jones if you get the Casey Jones DLC, which I think came with my version of the game because I got it like within the first week it came out or something. So you can play as the different characters. They play a little bit differently, and then you're choosing different upgrades. Like, am I going to attack with fire or ooze damage with my weapons? And those upgrades, you can get pretty unique builds with uh, the upgrade system between different runs. So it does feel different enough that you're not like, oh, I just did this and then we died and now I need to do it again. But again, TMNT Hades, if that with co-op, if that sounds intriguing to you, then I think you will like it. And I've been playing it with my 8-year-old and my 6-year-old, and they've been handling it just fine. They don't really read like the especially my 6-year-old. He's just like choosing whichever upgrade looks the coolest. He's like, "Ooh, that's the ooze one. I'm gonna pick that one." He's not like reading the 20% stat boost if you stack with this or whatever. Um, so it works even for that uh, level of reading ability, and it's really fun. So only good things to say, I think, at this point. It's not like amazing. I wouldn't even say it's necessarily like great, but it's very good. Um, I think we've gotten to the 4th or 5th area at this point, and this is the end of the first area that is here on the screen. So there's a bit of variety as well. There's the streets and like a cargo ship, and then like a swamp area and some other stuff. And then I think we did just get to the rooftops, which I think Splinter is the boss of the rooftops. Or not Splinter, Shredder, excuse me. I get their names mixed up.
Oh, so do I.
And I think Shredder is the main villain of this game, who has kidnapped Splinter, and that's why you're out on your adventure. So TMNT Splintered Fate, we already talked about Alan Wake, and so last up we're just going to talk about what seems to be my favorite game that I never stop playing, and this is Balatro. And I really think this is a game that I'll just be playing forever. Like when I turn on my PlayStation, this is what I want to play.
You're gonna be a grandpa. This is
I
your
know.
solitaire.
Yeah, really. And it's so much better than solitaire. Like it is so amazing. I'm trying to work slowly on getting the platinum trophy in Balatro, and it is a brutal platinum trophy. You basically have a collection in like the menu of everything that you've unlocked, every Joker you've ever seen or used, um, every planet card, which are basically the hand types, like full house, two pair, pair, straight. Since you can use the Jokers to kind of break the game and use the tarot cards as well, there are some additional planet cards or hands you can play. For example, the one I just found is a five of a kind, which with a normal deck of cards isn't possible, right? But in Balatro, I can change a four into a five or, manipulate the cards a bit so you can get a five of a kind. There, and I have all but one planet card. I cannot figure out what the last one is. Um, so I'm still trying to figure that out. So you basically have to discover everything in the game, every Joker, every planet card. And then there's all these challenge modes as well, which I haven't even started trying them. You have to have a single hand that scores you 1,000,000 points. I think 100,000,000 is the next one I need to get because I did get the 1,000,000 point one. And then if you win with a certain deck, and different decks have different abilities, it might give you an extra hand or an extra discard in a round or an extra Joker slot. The Joker slot one is probably my favorite deck so far. Um, then you can play at a higher difficulty level. They call it a stake level. And if you beat the game at the higher stake level, then your deck of that color gets like a stamp on it. Um, and so like your decks and Jokers start having stamps on them in your collection for like, oh, I beat this difficulty level with this deck and I used this Joker, so it got this stamp on it. It's I don't know. For me, it's like a perfect video game. It has almost infinite replayability, and they made the trophies like difficultly like they're attainable, but they're only attainable probably at like 100 hours of play. And so
I like that.
it's probably like you'll have the best experience if you don't try and just grind out that platinum like immediately. Like if you just play it organically and slowly, like I've been doing, and then you're like, wow, this run is the best run I've ever had. I'm seeing new Jokers and new cards, and all of a sudden I just had a 1,000,000 point hand, and boom, boom, I got 2 trophies this run. Like, whew, felt so good. But then I'll have 10 runs in a row where I can't get anything going because I raised the difficulty to try to get a higher level stamp on my deck because I need to win with a gold stamp for one of the hardest trophies in the game. Um, it's just so good. If you like card games, like, I don't even know what to say it's like, but like Slay the Spire, like poker, like solitaire with crazy combos, and then I think it's excellent. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. So I can't say much else that hasn't been said about Balatro, I don't think, but that's mainly what I've been playing because every time I think about should I go play Alan Wake and put shine the flashlight on some more enemies, or should I have like an awesome run of Balatro? Balatro wins that fight like nine out of 10 times. It just really does. So it's eating into my gaming time for other games, which is maybe a bad thing, but I don't know that I should be like disappointed or shamed about that. Probably just play whatever I want, right? So Balatro, it's a grand old time. It's on phone, iPad, Steam, PlayStation. I'm guessing it's on Switch. I don't actually know if it is. That would be a great place to play it, to be honest. Um, and yeah, I think it's excellent everywhere. I don't know that I'd play it on a phone, but an iPad's big enough. So play Balatro if you like good video games and like good card games. And I think that's it for what we have been playing. What are you playing?
What are you playing? If you want to
For
have
this
fun,
week.
play Balatro.
If you want to have fun, play Balatro. I don't know. That was a lot of good like first impressions and thoughts about a lot of very cool games. So we're just gonna end this episode with just a really quick, um, just our thoughts on Devin. A game just came out today. We're not gonna have it for a couple days probably because GameFly just shipped it to us today. But This is probably the most excited I've been for a Nintendo game since Super Mario Galaxy in 2007, and I was very pumped for that to come out. I had like the magazine um, with like the preview piece in it and like the cover page, I think from Game Informer, and I was super pumped. But this is Donkey Kong Bananza, and it came out today. Reviews came out a couple days ago, and it's reviewing very well. I think it has a low 90s on OpenCritic, which is amazing. And it was made by the same Nintendo studio that made Mario Odyssey, which is not my favorite of Mario's 3D games, but it is really good. So, I mean, same team. If you like Odyssey, then I think you'll find a lot of the same like design philosophies in this one of like little mini challenges everywhere. Um, so I don't know. I'm super pumped. I guess just personally, I'm I love Mario. Like Super Mario World and Mario 3 are like so formative for me, but I am a Donkey Kong over Mario guy. And so this game is just I'm super pumped for it. How are you feeling, Devin, on the eve of playing Donkey Kong Bonanza?
I'm excited to pick my Switch 2 back up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So that'll be nice. I'm also a Donkey Kong over Mario person, I think.
It's very close.
Yeah,
Mario has some excellent games.
it really does. But I mean, Donkey Kong Country 2, I mean, come on.
It's very hard to beat.
Come on. I mean, that game's fantastic. It'll be interesting to play a 3D version of Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
This looks beautiful, though. The graphics are fantastic.
Yeah.
This destructible world with like a map system, it almost seems like this game is more of an RPG than just some platformer and jumping on enemies.
Yeah, you can like upgrade Donkey Kong, and you can um decide what things you want to focus on, and you don't have to go main story immediately. It's a little bit open world in that way.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome. I'm super stoked. Honestly, 9 out of 10 stoked to play this.
I am too. This is other than Hollow Knight Silksong, this is probably the game
man, yeah, I would pick that over this.
I'm most excited for right now. So, yeah, I don't know. That's just a few, just excitement thoughts there about Donkey Kong. So Devin should be streaming this in the coming few days.
And they've moved on from his other little monkey friend, haven't they?
What's that?
From the Diddy Kong guy.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Due to real life things, or like, is this just a choice, or
yeah,
what are we doing?
I don't know. How do I want to say this?
I don't know. Maybe we don't say it. I don't know.
I haven't like fully seen it, but I did see a rumor that Diddy might be in the game somewhere.
Oh, okay. Heck yeah.
So
I think it'd be cool if you could full play the game as him.
that would be cool if he was like a. What would be really cool?
I've got an answer after you say yours.
When you beat Super Mario Galaxy, I can't remember if you had to get all 120 stars to do this or just 100 or some number. You unlocked Luigi to play as, and he played a little bit differently. And I think there were, if I'm remembering correctly, you could only get certain of the stars in Mario Galaxy as Luigi, or you could just like replay them and he played differently. And that was really cool. Some like surprise like that where you got to play as Diddy late in the game or something. That'd be hot.
Yeah, that'd be very nice. Him or Dixie, honestly, those are fun characters. I think it'd be cool if they have rideable characters like the rhino and the frog. But
that would be cool.
But what I want to see the most is the spider in tennis shoes.
Yeah, what's his name? His name's amazing. I looked it up just a few months ago and now it's spacing me, but yeah, that's a good point. I've been very careful, and even the latest Nintendo Direct that was all about this game, I didn't watch it because I don't want to know very much. Like, yeah, if Rambi is in this all of a sudden, like that'd be so cool.
Yeah, like the parrot.
Yeah.
Like there's so many good helpers for Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Yeah, there really is. So I hope that there's still some secrets in here. Diddy showing up or the animal helpers. Yeah, that would be amazing. Cool, Devin. Well, I'm excited for you. I get to wait till Christmas to
Oh,
play it.
lovely.
We'll see. Maybe I'll open the Switch and play it down here in the basement
It's a
myself.
good idea, honestly.
And then tell him Santa had to install a software update.
Yeah.
So he opened it.
I like what I'm hearing right now.
So I don't know if I'll be able to wait that long because I think it just looks too good. And once the kids get their hands on it on Christmas Day, it's not like I'm gonna have time to play Donkey Kong. They're gonna steal all the Kong.
Everything you're saying is making sense.
Yeah. Maybe I should just buy 2 Switches. Then they can have one. I'll just have my own.
Yeah. 2 houses even.
2 houses. Yeah, maybe 4 Switches, 2 houses.
Exactly.
Anyways, very excited for Donkey Kong, and that's gonna close our conversation here on games we've been playing and our excitement for Donkey Kong Bananza. And that's gonna do it for the podcast this week. Thanks so much for watching and listening to episode 64 of our weekly podcast. Means a lot. Thanks so much for doing that. Please check out the Patreon. That's how we keep the lights on, and it is how you can get some extra perks like writing into the show, getting early access, voting on the games that we cover and play and talk about, and just generally kind of have some communication and some back and forth with you. I think that's a fun vibe to have. Make sure to check out Devin. He streams on Twitch. He's Player 4, playing a lot of fun games over there, Monday through Friday usually. Sometimes pretty early.
Typically Tuesday through Friday, but yeah.
Mondays are the worst, so I get it. And yeah, just appreciate all you do, and we'll see you next week for episode 65. Till then, have a good one.